What is going on, everybody? This week on my channel, we will not be doing a memes and montages video. I hope that is not a big deal with you guys, but instead we are going to be doing a breakdown of the map Fracture. I've taken my time to really play on this map, to really explore all the nooks and crannies and really what I thought you guys should know. So the things we're going to touch base on are going to be where the ult orbs are, the map in itself, my opinion about the map, what I think is going to be effective on the map. And then we're going to talk about the sites, where to plant, where you shouldn't plant, and angles to hold on the sites and all the different angles on the site just in and of itself. And then lastly, I'm going to finish it off with all the cool little Easter eggs I found flying around the map and checking all the little outside pockets and areas and rooms and stuff, and all the cool little things that Riot puts into the game. So with that being said, let's go ahead and roll the intro. Alright, so first things first, we're going to go ahead and just touch base on all the ult orbs on the map. The first one's going to be in B tree, which is right here on the map.
Here.
The next one is going to be on B arcade, which is right here.
Here.
And the next one is going to be right here on A dish.
Here.
The last one is going to be right here on A hall.
Here.
And yes, that means there are 4 total ult orbs in this map, as opposed to other maps which tend to only have 2 to 3. This one does have 4, and it kind of compensates for the whole extra large size of the map and the next points we'll go into. So a lot of people are saying that this map is very resemblant of an H, or it was designed to look like an H, and that may be the case, but I think that's not very fair to the map's complexity, because this map has so much going on with it. So to start off here, as you see, you have 2 attacker sides that you can spawn in this one, but you can rotate over to this one before the match starts. Then you have the defender side in the middle. So starting off, we have the ropes. Okay, this X means you can't go down this side. The arrow means you go down this side. It's very simple. Now if you press the button, it automatically takes you to the other side of the rope. You can't slow down, or you can't really stop yourself and go to the other side, as opposed to other maps like Icebox, where you can slow yourself down or go reverse. You can slow yourself down on these ropes by holding shift, and it allows you to do it quietly, but it will take you some time to get to the other side. As you can see here, I mean, I could have probably already gone across this rope twice by now. So you can slow yourself down, but you cannot reverse. So as soon as you hop on, you're going on. There's no stopping it. Now, if you are rotating over and you get caught, let's say I'm here and I see someone coming across this rope, you're pretty much as good as dead, unless you're lucky or you're an aimbot. So keep that in mind when you're going across the ropes. It's very beneficial in the beginning, but very risky while the map's actually going on. So with all this being said, if you take a look here at the defender spawn is, disorienting, here we go, is actually right above the reactor. There's the split down the middle of the map, as you can see. This is the top side of the reactor. This is defender spawn. Now defender spawn has 2 entry sites into each point. A has these 2 parts right here, and B has these 2 parts right here going into pump and canteen. Pretty simple. I personally believe that the Phantom is going to be a lot more viable for this map. You have a lot less angles for long range, and really a lot of your fights are held at short range. But there are a couple angles that I have found so far that I can see being viable for the Vandal if you plan on holding one of those angles for the round, or if you know that the opponent goes through there quite a good bit. So to start off, the first 3 are in the spawns. As you can see from here, this is a relatively long angle that could work really well for the Vandal. It wouldn't really, you would get that damage debuff from the Phantom. The same goes for the other 2 spawns. If you're here and you're looking to the other side, same situation. Same thing goes over here. Same things for over here. Someone's over there on that side. I mean, look, I can I can get all the way to here and still peak that angle. I can get all the way past the old orb. I can get all the way to the back of B tree and hold the angle. And it's a very small angle, and it won't be very often that you'll have to do this, and this will be something that you come across, but it is something that you will come across eventually. You can see all the way over here heading into A main. So this is the last angle that I have found that might be viable for a Vandal, and that's an A drop looking into a hall, A main, looking over here. You might even be able to get some use out of it holding this spot right here, but really I think the Phantom will also do pretty well right here. I have pretty good accuracy with this, and I don't think you're going to get much of a damage debuff here. You might even get some use out of it from a dish looking down this way, but I mean, personally, I think I'm going to be using the Phantom a lot more on this map than I will be using the Vandal, because you don't have those long-range battles like you have on Icebox and that you have on Breeze that are really consistent on those maps as opposed to this map. This map's definitely very small angled, small corners and things like that, and I will definitely take that to the advantage in the Phantom. Now we're going to go ahead and move over to the sites. So starting off with A site, coming in from defender spawn, you have a vents and you have a lift. Okay, a lift or a rope is actually what it's called. Now this site, the planting area of the site is low. You can plant on this part right here, and you can also plant up here if you want. I think that the upper level is a lot easier for me as an attacker for me to plant and then defend as a defender. I think if I was able to get up here and plant the site, I'd want to plant it in this corner right here. I don't want to stay up there though. Staying up there to me sounds like a death trap, and I'll show you why. A lot of these spots up here are wall bangable. This box right here is wall bangable. This whole thing right here is wall bangable. You can shoot right through this, no problem. Easy kills, easy picks. Someone is camping right behind here, and they will think that they're safe. I'll show you a clip of me getting some people on this site right now with that exact method. So let's go ahead and start off with the main parts of A site, in my opinion, and that's going to be a rope right here covering this door. And then we're going to have a link looking on the site from the defender spawn. Then we're going to have a drop, which usually you would think could only be accessed from this way, but if you get your jump right, you can access it this way. And you can hold this angle pretty well, this angle pretty well, and if you think people are going to be trying to flank, it's a pretty good spot to be also. Now another good spot to be is a main. If you are starting out, you can hold this box. Be careful though, that is a one-time kind of trick thing before they start checking that corner every single time. So B site, this site is much more open, as you can see, but it is a lot more complex than what you would think just looking at it, okay? Let's go ahead and start with the planting site. The planting site, the ideal plant spot is going to be right here in this little back this little nook and cranny, this little back area, or around these radionite boxes. These are also good spots to plant. I don't know if you can plant right there. Now, a tower or B tower here is a good spot to hold, but it will be checked every single time. So if you're in this spot, just go ahead and understand that this is going to be a contested area. So be covering your angles well and play it slow. Looking out into B arcade, this area, and then B generator is also pretty beneficial because if you're up here, you can hear if that ult orb is being picked before you even check it, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at B site coming from the defender spawn, because I feel like it's a lot more important and you can understand the site a lot better doing this, but I'll also show you attacker spawns as well after this going into both sites. So coming in from B side, you have two entry points. As I said before, you have going into canteen. going into canteen right here. Canteen can hold, if I'm not mistaken, it is B main. Yeah, it can hold the corner coming from B main if you're defending and you're trying to stop attackers. This is a good spot to hold. You can also peek and hold this. But this angle can get pretty tricky. You get caught very easily holding that. Now heading back into B site and heading to the opposite side of what we can come into here, which is going to be B link. B link holds this long angle. It can also cover site pretty well. Not so much looking into B generator. So B link, essentially if you plant on B site, the areas that you're going to want to hold and contest the site with are going to be tower, that little back nook, and B canteen and B link. Now, something about this site that does get a little confusing, that does trip up a lot of people the first time they play on this map. When you're coming from the attacking side and you're pushing onto this site, okay, you have this option to go when you're in the B bench, B arcade area, but there's tower, you have this area to come right down here to B tunnel. Now B tunnel has a specific sound that was, so if you're on site, you hear it, you know someone's in there, but it will wrap you right around to the other side of B. So you can, you know, be over here, take someone out in tower, and then if they're expecting you to peek this corner, you instead meet up with your flanking team that came from the other side of the attacking spawn over here to then push from this side of B side. And the same works the other way around, where if you push a little bit on that side, you can then retreat and then come back under tunnel, come back onto site this way. Okay, so coming from attacker's side, you can move right into A hall, and you have two options here. You can push right onto site from in here. They can be behind this box, they could be back there, they could be holding that angle, and they could also be up here in A drop, right up here, or even holding the long angle on that side from the defender spawn. Another spot you could decide to push is this door. This door will open once you cross that pathway. Does the door...
Placing swarm grenade.
So the door opens up for objects being thrown through it. So if I throw a grenade through it,
Placing swarm grenade.
that probably goes the exact same for Sova arrow. It probably works the exact same way as the doors on teleporter. It also works if I throw my gun there. It's a pretty cool thing to know. We have the outline right here as well that shows you. And then you have the opportunity to push on the site from this angle, or if you want to take the long route, come up from rope. This is the defender spawn, wraps right around, comes right back to A site. You can get the flank, right? You can get some picks. Pretty simple. So, pushing A site from attacker side bridge. So let's say you spawn on that side, you take the rope, and then over here on bridge, and you're going to push this side of A site while your team pushes that side. Okay, you're going to come through here, and first things first, you have dish. Now dish, you can walk around it on both sides. Dish has two entry points. You have this orb side, and you have the other side. Now, you have this training to be careful for. A drop. You would think you are a lot more secure than what you are, but people are always watching A drop when you're coming through. But it is a good entry point, especially if you're flanking. If you can time with your team where someone comes from hall, that side, and drop, A rope and drop, then you've got yourself a pretty good flank onto the enemy team, and they're going to have a hard time contesting that. Just be mindful, because A site has tons and tons of different little angles and corners to hold. So let's go ahead and move over to B side on the attack. So starting off an attacker side spawn, moving over to B side, you move right over here into B tree, and B tree has two options. Okay, you go down in the tunnel, you go into B main. If you come up into B main, be careful. The odds of someone sitting right there are very high. The odds of someone sitting there are very high. And the odds of someone covering this little angle in canteen are pretty high. But you also have tower you need to keep in mind for. But this is a very quick access point for this little nook if you're trying to rush right onto site and you know it's clear. Coming back into B tree, going into tunnel, as I showed you before, you can come right around, flank from the other side with your team, bait them and thinking you're going one way as opposed to the other. Now, you have two options that are pretty viable coming from attacker's side bridge, which is going to be, first, be careful of these angles, but it's going to be going through tunnel. You can go right onto site, which is probably easier in my opinion than coming from the side spawn and going up through tower. Now, flanking tower, always shift up the rope when you do it and peek well, because you have this little back nook that can't be seen from attacker's side going into B main. If I'm sitting right here and I'm watching someone come through here, they can't see me, so they can think it's clear. They can say, well, I don't see anybody in the doorway. That doesn't mean that no one's there, right? So this little back nook is going to be highly held, highly contested. But this is also a good spot to hold if you're looking onto site. So this pretty much covers both B site and A site for the most that I can think about. If I missed anything, please let me know. And if you've enjoyed this content so far, please do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Talk to me in the comments down below. Let me know if you've enjoyed this kind of content for me and if you want to see more of this kind of stuff from me, because I've definitely got lots of ideas, but I want to give you guys content that you enjoy. So now we're going to get into my favorite part of this map, which is the abundance of Easter eggs. These are the super cool kind of in-depth messages when you're in defender side spawn before the match actually starts, right? So you still have the barriers up in this situation and you're in the buy phase. You come over here to these terminals and there's these messages. So this one says, welcome Everett Linda. Welcome. So this one says, welcome to Everett Lindy, or Linde. I'm probably saying that wrong. Welcome Oren Meknef to Everett Linde. Tomorrow at 900, you are to meet at Omega Partner. Ruben points outside 07/A. As you'll be working closely with someone from Omega Kingdom, please ensure all security guidance is strictly adhered to. KSEC team. So that's pretty cool. You walk away, it goes away, and then you come to the side and you have another one. Double check. Hello, Ruben. Did you finish your initial analysis on the Radiant Collider today? I am confident in our math and I know I'm being paranoid, but I really want to double check everything. Would you mind doing another walkthrough of the Eastern support structure with me tomorrow? Oren McNeff, or McInniff, however you would say it. I think that's really cool. I like that. I think it adds a lot of flavor to the map, and I really enjoy when Valorant, or when Riot, should I say, does these kind of things. It really brings life to the game and to the map, other than just being a tactical shooter. Really, really cool plus side for me. So now let's get to some of the out-of-bound Easter eggs that I have found, and there's quite a good bit. So let's go ahead and start with attacker side bridge. If you come right out to the bridge area, you activate your ghost mode, you come right up here. There is a little tarp with what looks to be a case, which I know is a sniper case from something I'll show you in a little bit. You got some bullets, a walkie-talkie of some sort, and what looks to be like a camera, as if it's watching something or someone. But then you come right over here, and there's this little cute little bear plushie, and he looks like he's got armor. This looks like something from Doom, and he's even got like a little balloon of himself. Super cute, super cool. Love it. Love to see it. Now moving on to the next little Easter egg I have found. That's going to be right over here, right outside of the, so if you have the bear, which is right here, then coming right over here, you have this other bear in body armor with an umbrella and some beer, and he's just sunbathing and enjoying himself on this nice little patch of grass. He's having a good time. You know what I'm saying? He's vibing. Right? He's vibing. Now, it's not just called arcade because we have this super cool like bear duck thing with a gun that's on the wall. It's also right here. It's not just called arcade because of that. It's also called arcade because if you activate ghost mode, you come through this security door, you come right back here. There's some little retro arcade game, Bazooka Badger, and there's a little TV, some bright lights, and little dudes just enjoying their television show or whatever they're watching. Just let them enjoy that. We'll get back to what we're doing. We won't bother them for too long. You come back over to B site now. On B site, there is this weird underground lab type thing. I can't quite tell what's going on. Maybe they were scanning some plants or something. I'm not very sure exactly what looks like going on here, but that's pretty cool. I don't know if that's necessarily an Easter egg, but I did enjoy that. I think it added nice flavor. And you have all of these kind of rooms inside of the game and the walls and stuff, which are very, very cool. Other side of things, coming from attacker side spawn, there's this weird assembly line in here that looks like, I don't know. I can't really tell you what it looks like they're doing. I have no idea. It's quite strange, but it does have nice flavor, and I'm always here for that. So it's very, very cool. Also on the outside of the attacker spawn, we have another sniper case. Very strange. This time the sniper is missing. Pretty out there. Pretty strange. I didn't see anything else over here, but I could have missed it. If I did miss something, please let me know in the comments down below. But I did not see anything else over here on attacker side spawn, so, you know, like I said, I might just be missing something. I mean, we do have this very cool little oasis over here, but I found nothing along the lines that would really be considered a Easter egg, other than, yeah, sorry, I thought I saw something that would really, other than be this sniper case. So super cool. Another super cool thing on attacker side spawn, when you come over and you're pushing A side, you see this little glass window right here. When you come over here, it looks like there's a possible dig site or a line of some sort. I'm not quite sure where it would be going. There isn't a whole lot of explanation in this area, but we do have this little plushie, and he looks like he's just watching you through the glass as you run around and kill each other on this map. Very cool, very cynical in a way. Now when you're actually in A side, you're in A hall, you look over and you see the teleporter terminal. Okay, when you come in here and you look around, it's very large. It looks like it's very well done, very cool. I like it. But there is something of note. In the Odyssey Lounge, you have a squirrel plushie, a penguin plushie, a snake plushie, and something else, possibly a fish or maybe even a dog. I can't quite tell, but it looks like they're playing spin the bottle. Maybe not. Looks like he has a grenade. Can't quite tell the situation. Very scary, very spooky. Yeah, see, he doesn't even really have much of a face for me to tell you what it is. But we also have this bear that's over here that looks like he got wasted. Maybe he's trying to find his friends over there on the rocks and he just can't find them, so he decided to wander off over here. So yeah, everybody, that seems to be about the gist of everything I was able to find, pile together for you, and I hope this has helped you. I hope you've enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this content. If you... Oh my god, never mind. So it's a bunny. I just found that right now as I'm recording. That's wild. He's got a little knife, and it looks like he's gonna hurt someone. Oh my god. I wonder if there's another one. That's so... Okay, alright. Demented bunny. Heard that. Well, okay, so that's a new find. So I guess underneath attacker side bridge, there's a bunny waiting to kill you. Keep that in mind as you're playing the game. And that seems to be about most everything, but as you just saw, there's tons of things in this map that I could have missed. I gave it a good glance over. I looked at it. I spent quite a good hours looking at this map and trying to find everything, but I know I probably missed something. So if you know something that I missed, please let me know in the comments down below so the entire community can know. And I'll ask you one last time, please, please, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you thought about this type of content and if I should continue moving forward with this kind of content. If you enjoyed watching me do this, if you think I did a good job breaking down the map and all the Easter eggs and all the different little nooks and crannies and how the sites really work, let me know down below, please. It helps me so much. It really pushes me to continue making content like this. So with that being said, I will let you guys go. I hope you have a blessed day.